Hello, Mikuro Cutie here, the Armament Junk Enjoyer. So today I have a spicy list I have been working on and believe to have far more potential than initially expected. Started with me wanting to try to make back-to-back work outside its own archetype, because this card is relatively easy to make and it can turbo out synchro monsters during opening turn, including non-tuners, despite its own archetype being all about tuners. It can also recycle heralds and hand traps, which is very strong. I tried it in White Forest, but that deck does not need a stronger ceiling, and then I tried it in Bestial Runic, but Runic is too limited to keep up with current Master Duel meta. And then I tried Mannadium mixed up with my favorite archetype, Tearlaments, and it has been working, it has been showing a lot of potential, partly because Orange-White is a card that Tearlaments was already using and is very strong. It pairs well with Mannadium high amount of fairies. And the other reason is that Vingolf is a premium Tearlaments card. It has a foolish burial effect from hand, and when it hits the graveyard, it can monster reborn any fairy. These cards with very good effect in hand and graveyard are premium for Tearlaments, and it works really well in this deck. It's pushing the utility of Vingolf to its absolute limit. Primarily, we are going to be reborning level 2 tuner fairies with Vingolf in order to climb into Tristuka and then Amritara and then finally back to back. But another monster to point out that can be reborn is Quartz, which is an Earth Fairy and can be paired together with Wallapul in order to go into Naturibist. Going second on this list is not great, but if we are going to be honest, on standard tier, it's not great either. But that being said, we have plenty of options to sack our opponents going second, like the orange-white being a monster negate plus pop, and can also enable turn 0 plays by discarding Nepi, which is going to discard another card for effect. We also have the Gamma, and going first, the Gamma is also very strong. It can turbo out Amritara, and can be baited with cards such as Grassbox Green and Brilliant Fusion very easily. That's the concept for the deck. I remind that it's still highly experimental. There's going to be a lot of changes into the future, especially considering that Orange-White just got announced to be limited to 1, which is going to be very painful for this deck, but I'm trying not to be pessimistic and not assume that just because Orange-White is at 1, the entire deck is going to stop functioning. I will go over the cards individually, do a quick deck profile. So Gamma and Driver, this is improves our going second, as well as going first. It's one of the best cards. It does require you to run 1 brick, but draw the Gamma and the way to bait it, or you're just going second, it's always going to be live. It's very strong. Then Whirlpool lets you make Naturibist. Naturibist is by itself a win condition basically. Somewhat reliable with Quartz, but the kewl and Mudora are also Earth Fairies. Then we have Eva to search white fairies such as the Orange-White and the Diviner. Orange-White is one of the bigger playmakers. It's also level 2 tuner, which can be reborn with Vingolf in order to climb through the Mannadium synchro cards. Then obviously we have Maxi, just the best card in the game. Diviner is a flexible tuner, it's also a white. Then we have the Mannadium Balls. I'm on 2 Mic, 1 Torrid. I might experiment more with the other Balls, Fearless, which is the Earth Fairy, can be sent by Mudora and Kewl for their effect, so it might have more potential than I realize. Then we have 3 Ash, it's just mostly an auto flows, and Maxi. The armament names for monsters are maxed. We have Snow. Snow is also a white monster. White is very useful to go into Amritara. Can be used as sort of an inboard piece in the graveyard, because one of my favorite Tearlament plays is having IP with Snow in the graveyard. So you can go summon Snow, flip 1 monster down, use it as material for SP with IP effect, and then you can use Snow again from the graveyard. Then we have the Shufflers. We have 3 copies of Hume Heart. This is one of the Mannadium starters. Hume Heart can be paired with Rhino Heart for a very powerful play. You go normal Rhino Heart, and then imagine they try to negate it with a Veiler or other targeted effect. You just quick effect, pop it with Hume Heart to summon Hume Heart. Doesn't matter that Rhino is going to the graveyard, because we're going to use it as fusion material anyway. Then we have Visor Samsara, which is kind of a playmaker in this deck, because it's a tuner that can be counted as a non-tuner, so you can summon it from back to back to make synchro monsters that require a non-tuner, which is basically most of them. can be also summoned by Vingolf, and it is one of the primary ways for me to summon Vicious Astroval. Then I have 3 Nephilim. Nephilim is just also a very good Tearlaments card. It's needed for the Brilliant Fusion package. Not a bad mill, it's not a bad draw, just great card in general. Then Reinforcement of the Army, just one more way to get into either Heart or Heart, whichever you are needing. Also spell that you can use at the start of your turn to bait Gamma and Grass, because the deck size is too high, so might as well just run Grass. Grass for 8 is not bad at all. Then very easily bait Negate, and going second is just very powerful, like it's a win condition by itself. The build quality does not feel bad in the deck. Then we have Grief. Grief can be searched by Amritara, can be a way to start the armament combo. You can Grief, summon Heart, send Amritara, or if you have any Aqua in quotation, you can summon and send Havnis, or if you have a card with the armament's name in hand, you can summon and send Heart and then it summons itself. Then one copy of Cavarium, which you can, for example, search it off Amritara to get the ball, and then you pop the ball, field spell summons the ball back, and it's a Mannadium starter pretty much. Then we have 3 Brilliant Fusion. It's just one of the best cards in the game. It's worth 2 Foolish Boreals, as well as getting you a fusion monster, which is going to be the Amethyst. It's an Aqua to go into Itcavus. If you played here, you know very well what I'm talking about. Then 2 tier Scream. Scream is just the card that I have been underrating a lot, because I guess I have been playing decks that don't have that much mill quality, but if you do have mill quality, Scream is great. And when it hits the graveyard, it also searches you a trap, so can very easily make your end board stronger, get you whatever you are missing. Then 1 Cowboy as an extra auto Maxi, Metanoise and Suviak as our potential backrow. And yeah, I've already talked about Vingolf. It's one of the best cards in the deck and one of the reasons it works and has unexpected potential. For the extra deck, I have Kitkavus and Hulkavus and Cavallo Heart, the armament cards. Cavallo Heart comes up a lot since the power of Cavallo Heart basically increases with how much tier backrow we're using. I'm using quite a lot. Then Amethyst just for Brilliant Fusion to work. And Vicious Astroval. So this card can be used to pop, for example, Mannadium Valves or the armament cards on your field. It can also come up, it's just useful to be able to summon a level 8 Dark out of nowhere, and it's one of the easiest ways to make Light and Darkness Chaos Angel in the deck. And then for Synchros, we have obviously the back-to-back. It's one of the main playmakers in the deck. We have Chaos Angel, which I believe is very good in the current format. Standard keyword to a deck does not have an out to Light and Darkness Chaos Angel. Then we have Baron, which is a very good, very generic synchro monster to run. Tituka and Amritara, just the Mannadium cards that you synchro climb through. And Nature Beast, I already talked when I mentioned about Whirlpool and Quartz. It's just a win condition by itself. Even if negated, it just keeps milling. And I actually have a replay showing that in this video. Then Dugarius is one of the best cards in the game as well. It just has so much utility. It has 3 different effects you can choose from. All of them are very strong. If you are creative, you can get a lot of mileage from this card, but most of the time you're just going to use the draw to discard 1 effect. That being said, the other effects do come up as well. Summoning 1 guy from graveyard can be the perfect extension you need, or the perfect way out of the weird situation. And the doubling attack can give you a lot of OTK options, especially when back-to-back let your tuner monsters attack twice and you already have other effects to boost the attack of your Might Synchros. Then we have IP, Sprite Elf and SP. It's kind of a package. So IP, I already talked about it when I mentioned as Fairy Snow, but it's also a monster that you can make in order to go into Sprite Elf, because it does require level, rank or link 2 monster to make, and most of the time the level 2 monsters you're going to be using for synchro summoning, not link summoning. This card can summon level 2s during opponent turn, which are going to increase your options to synchro summon with back-to-back, as well as give targeting protection to your monsters. And finally, Widow Knight, again I already mentioned it, and it's just a very good generic link monster to run. And that's it. The deck still has a lot of improvements to be made, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. And even after the orange-white hit, I will probably be working on it and trying to climb hunting on the next season with it. I hope you enjoyed the deck profile and the deck. If you have any suggestion for it, please send them to me, either in comment to DM on Discord. I also stream occasionally on Twitch at MikuraCutie. Finally, enjoy the replays.